Hey, I'm Alexis and welcome to my YouTube channel. Hey, 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 hey. This is crazy. I was so nervous about saying that, I have no idea what to say now, other than my neighbors looking at their house window looking at me. No thanks. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, today, if you don't know me, my name's Alexis. I read, I travel, and that's what this channel is gonna be about. And I'm so excited to start this YouTube channel because I've been putting it off for years, but I finally bit the bullet on this random weekend in May, and here we are. Here we are, kids. And I cannot wait to talk about books and capture my adventures. If you've seen my face before, hey. You might have seen my face on Instagram. I have a Bookstagram account that is Alexis Reads a Lot. I'll either put it on the screen or put it in the description. But if you're new, hey, thanks for being here. And I hope you stick around. So today, I'm going to show you guys every single book that I have acquired so far in 2023. It is May 7th. Oh, my phone matches my sweatshirt. How cute. All of the books that I'm about to show you, I've either been sent, I bought with gift cards, I bought with my own money, I have been gifted, they were my book of the month books, and looking at these two stacks that I have, it could be a lot worse. Do I know how many's here? No. You know, I'm actually pretty nervous, but I think I've been doing good. I have read almost 43 books this year. I'm gonna finish my current read today. 43 books by May 7th, and my book is honestly the best reading I've ever done. Let's see the damage. Let's count these.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 books. 28 books. 28 books. And I have read almost 43. Not too bad, but I've read a bunch of these. So does that mean I'm getting books off of my TBR? No, it does not. But that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So let's just dive in and let me show you all of the books that I have acquired so far in 2023. The first book that I want to tell you guys about is The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. This was my February book of the month. I ended up reading this for the Literally Dead book club hosted by Kayla, Books and Lala here on YouTube. I ended up giving it 5 stars, which after her live show, 5 stars was not very popular from everyone else. So you know what? No, I do not feel bad about giving this book 5 stars. Oh, I have a bookmark in here. Be mine. Me to every book. That is true. And I actually kind of, not really, buddy read this while in the book club with my friend Gabby. Hey girl, I had fun reading this with you. I'm just going to get through my book of the month books in the beginning of the video. I picked 3 books in February. The first one was The London Seance Society by Sarah Penner. Again, I've already read this. Unfortunately, I gave it 2.5 stars after giving The Lost Apothecary 5 stars. I know, it kills me a little bit too. The next book I picked in February was The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. I already read this one as well. This was my first Hepworth novel, and I am interested in reading some of her backlist. I think I ended up rating this either 3 or 3.5. I don't think I gave it a 4. I also have another bookmark in here. The cliff was a very ominous element. Next book for February was The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi, don't know if I'm saying that right, by Shannon Chakraborty. Lord help me. I absolutely loved this. It had pirates, it had fantasy, it had adventures, it had a badass mom, it had spells and potions and everything you could ever want. It also had a hot demon. Say less. Big 5 stars. Also, Taylor, you gotta read this now. This is Dr. Sleep by Stephen King. I had to get this floppy paperback edition. It's amazing. I have this thing where I like my first book of each year to be a Stephen King novel. Kind of weird. It kind of gets me into the reading year because I'm knocking out a thick book without even thinking about it. So at the beginning of the year, I picked up The Shining, and then right after I read Dr. Sleep. Loved this. I gave it 5 stars. I liked this better than The Shining. I also really liked the character Barry Smith because that's my dad's name. Next up, Grady Hendrix' How to Sell a Haunted House. I love this man. I gave this 5 stars again. Man, I'm sounding really generous, but I promise you, I can be evil with my ratings. I don't give out 5 stars all the time. I think January was a good reading month for me. I actually got my dad to buy this one, and he's going to be reading it soon. The puppet aspect, so much fun. Next up is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. Love the cover, but I
I just don't think this world, this Alex Stern world, is for me. I was still looking forward to picking up Hellbent, so I did. I read this, and I'm pretty sure I gave it 3.5 again as well. Look at how pretty. That's cool. Let's just say I will never look at a glow stick the same way again. I have a bent corner of episode 13 by Craig DeLuey. I read this on a flight home from Disney World. I literally have my packing list inside of the book. This read basically just like an old ghost hunting TV show episode, which I thought was really fun. I wasn't connected to the characters as much as I would have liked to be, but the whole spooky setting made it enjoyable, and it's also told in mixed media format through journal entries, interviews, ghost equipment, and text messages. Next up we have Finley Donovan Jumps the Gun. And I know this is a controversial opinion, but this is my favorite Finley Donovan book out of the 3. But this just did something for me. And she just signed 7-book deals, so I think there's going to be 7 books in this series now. I just really hope it's not going to be drawn out too much, but I'm really looking forward to that. My camera just stopped recording. How fun. The next book that I read was Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. Cute this book was not. My mom taught me if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Next up, I have The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I'm a huge Disney girl, so this just spoke right to my soul. And when I ordered this from Target, they sent me the self-published version, which you'll find out sent me on a quest to find the other self-published versions because the new paperbacks that were picked up have already been put out when I got this version, so it was a struggle, but that's okay. I have Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I am looking forward to reading this one. I should wait until the winter to read this. Is that wrong? If you've read this, what season does this book take place in? I feel like I should read this in the winter, but I think I'm going to read it either this month or next month. I know there's an Uber scene. We'll see what happens. Next is another book that I've already read and absolutely adored. This is Immortality, a love story by Dana Schwartz. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Beautiful. This was the sequel to Anatomy, a Love Story. If you've read it, you know there's a secret society in here. Wasn't my favorite, but I love this world so much. I have Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones. This is the next book following My Heart is a Chainsaw. But I'm very excited to see where the sequel goes. People who have read this said it's easier to understand than My Heart is a Chainsaw. Who am I to say no to a good horror book? Next up is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder prequel, Killjoy by Holly Jackson. Read this. It's a fun little murder mystery party with Pip and her friends. This was a really good addition to the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder world, which will forever be one of my favorites. I don't think it's a necessary read to understand the world, and it doesn't really add anything new. It just explains how Pip got her inspiration for her capstone project throughout the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. We have Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. This is book 2 in the Dreamland Billionaires series. This is a self-published version as well. I bought this off of Pango Books for like 10 bucks. Next is another Miss Lauren Asher book, Throttled. You know, one of my really good friends is obsessed with F1 racing, and I know that is what this series is. Something about it just spoke to me, and now I desperately want to read the entire series. I just flipped through some of these pages, and the one lines that like stuck out to me were hilarious, so I'm really looking forward to this. Next up, I have Tell Me What Really Happened by Chelsea Sidoti, and I already read this. I'm going to be posting my review this coming week on Instagram. So if you're interested in seeing that before I post something here on YouTube, go ahead and head over there to check that out. Psst, I loved the Bigfoot talk that this book had. Next up, I have the beautiful Belladonna book by Adeline Grace. This cover is stunning. The end pages and then the actual hardcover. Can I say that on YouTube? Well, anyways, it's said that 5 belladonna berries are all it takes to someone. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Next up, I have Delicious Monsters by Lacelle Samberry. No idea if I'm saying that right. I saw this pitched somewhere, and I was sold. Also, this cover is beautiful. On the back it just says, a haunted house thriller packed with a cryptic mystery, dark humor, and bone-chilling twists. That's really all I need to know. Anything spooky, I'm there. I was sent an advanced copy of The Jump by Brittany Morris. This was so kindly sent by Simon Teen, so thank you for sending it my way. I haven't ended up reading this yet. It actually already came out on March 7th of this year. I loved Brittany Morris's other book, Slay. This one is about 4 kids who go on like a citywide scavenger hunt to stop a vigilante or something like that. Sounds amazing. And it's young adult, so it's gonna be super easy to fly through. Although this text is so tiny. Next up, I have The Angel Maker by Alex North. I was so kindly sent this by Celadon Books, and when they sent it over, I got these little envelopes to open as I was reading after I finished certain chapters, which was really fun and made the book interactive. It was my first time opening something like that and reading that way. It also included an audiobook that I took advantage of, and then a little letter. This was my least favorite Alex North, but I'm very grateful that I got to receive an early copy. Final Offer by Lauren Asher. I have hauled so many Lauren Asher books. Can you tell I'm just getting into reading her backlist of everything? She's also coming out with another book, I think this year, and it sounds incredible. This is the self-published version of Final Offer as well. There's a long story when it comes to this book. I actually had to order this from Amazon UK because the people in the United States who are reselling the self-published versions are asking insane prices, $200 to $300 for a book. Homegirl is not about to spend that much money, but I found it on Amazon UK. I had to pay like an extra $5 or so in shipping to get it here, and it was a gamble on if I was actually going to receive this one, and luckily it was. Now we have Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. My dad actually bought me this book when we were on a little road trip in Milwaukee this past month. A few days after I got this book, I had to read it. This is the sequel to Part of Your World, which came out last year. The main character in Part of Your World, her name is Alexis. She was traveling from Iowa, like, it was written about me. I just tell myself that because I related to her so much. And not just because her name was Alexis. That book was an amazing 5 stars. Yours Truly, I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. There was just a few things that I had problems with. This was incredible and a great follow-up to Part of Your World. Next I have The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. This is also from my dad. This is the second book following Mr. Wrong Number, which I haven't read yet. So I think I'm going to pick up the audiobook for that one and then dive into this one. I'm almost done. We have like 3 books left. Next I have Billy Summers. This is another Stephen King. I have seen this one floating around more and more on YouTube, Instagram, all of the platforms, and I've always been interested in picking this one up. I saw it for a good price at a Target, I think, and the rest is history. The back says bad people need to pay a price and the price should be high. If that says anything about what this is going to be like, I'm going to love it. Next up we have an oddball that I haven't seen around the works. This is Sisters of the Lost Nation by Nick Medina. I am a sucker for any mystery, horror, any type of genre book that really takes place on an Indian reservation because I love learning about that culture, but also how the thriller aspect gets woven into it, and that is exactly what this book is about. A lot of people are waiting to hear my opinion on this, so I hope to get to this before the end of summer. We have made it to my last book. This is Dervish's Games by Joelle Wellington. Thank you, Simon Teen, for sending me this copy. When they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to receive this, absolutely. And this is pitched as Ace of Spades meets Squid Game, which I read Ace of Spades, wasn't my favorite. Squid Game I haven't watched, but I'm intrigued, meets The Bachelor. So if you take all of those things and mix them together, it sounds like we're about to have a really good book. Dervish's Games comes out July 25th of this year, 2023. This stack absolutely terrifies me. Oh, it almost just fell, as you saw. If I let go of this, it's going to fall. We're going to make this short and sweet. Thank you so much for watching my first YouTube video. I hope you had fun listening to me ramble on about all of the books so far that I have hauled in 2023. If you want to see some more reading content, what adventures I get up to this year, and just some other fun videos, be sure to drop a follow and stick around. Thank you for being here, and I'm very excited to see where this new adventure goes. I'll see you next time. Bye. I gotta take this thumbnail. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I'm sweating. Do 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 do.